I came up with a theory last night that I'm not sure is a theory at all, because oftentimes some of these things that I think I thought of, I heard in passing somewhere, whether it was a couple days ago or many years ago, but my brain just convinces me that it was my idea. But we were watching the Smurfs The Lost Village on Netflix last night, and this question has been asked a lot, but I have a theory on the answer. There are hundreds upon hundreds of Smurfs, yes? So, Papa obviously is the leader. We never hear, forgive me, I won't say never. My experience with the Smurfs is limited to the 3 movies that have come out: Smurfs, Smurfs 2, and Smurfs The Lost Village, and one little stuffed Smurf doll that I had when I was younger, and the cartoons singing praise song, and where the Smurfs are mentioned going la 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 la. Okay? That's my experience with the Smurfs. So I'm using just those 3 things for the basis of this theory. I know that's not fair. I know there's a cartoon. I know there are books. I know there's tons and tons of stuff. My uncle is a Smurfs nut. He could probably prove me wrong on a lot of this. Anyway, there are hundreds upon hundreds of Smurfs. We never hear in these movies about the mention of Mama Smurf. We only hear about Papa. In fact, in his narration, he says that he and the boys are all there is, until Gargamel creates Smurfette, and she is then the only girl in Smurf Village. My question then is this: how are there so many Smurfs without a female with whom to reproduce? And yes, I know, I realize Smurfette is there now, but she was not there before the majority, if not all, of the other Smurfs were there. And we don't often hear about baby Smurf or teenager Smurf. Or, you don't hear about these growth stages. They all are just adult and seemingly all the same age, except for Papa. So here's my theory. Papa is an asexual being. He undergoes cell division at a regular rate. So, in order to reproduce, his body literally grows another version of itself, either in a bud, or he simply just splits and therefore creates another Smurf. Each time that happens, one of his qualities goes away. So you notice, he's just Papa Smurf. He doesn't have a quality. He's not Clumsy Smurf, or Nosy Smurf, or Paranoid Smurf, or Baker Smurf. He's not any of those things. In fact, if anything, he has no purpose. He has no qualities, except for that amazing beard. Which kind of is a stem for this theory, too. Each time he splits, he sprouts another hair on the beard. Because, again, he's the only one that's ever done it. So, that's the first part of the theory, is that Papa Smurf is asexual and needs to split himself, or essentially, reproduce through cell division, or budding, either one, to create a new Smurf, which is why they all only have one characteristic. Each time a Smurf is grown or created, Papa loses that trait, and that Smurf gains that trait. Why Papa is so level-headed, but kind of blah, because he doesn't really have anything that's his. Second part of this theory: Papa was created by Gargamel. That's why he knows his magic. In the movie we watched last night, when Gargamel creates Smurfette and sends her into the village, Papa says, I knew a little bit of magic of my own, and could turn her good. So he turned her hair from black to blonde, turned her from mean to nice. Excuse me. Basically created this, did the same things that Gargamel did, except good. How does he know that magic? You could argue that he studied it over hundreds and hundreds of years, but that doesn't explain where the books come from, the materials. You don't just know that there's magic. You have to learn it from somewhere. So my theory is, the second part, that Papa was created by Gargamel. He had no idea what he was supposed to be until his body started splitting. Which I think was an after effect of excuse me, Gargamel's creation. Getting a little complicated, but so far, in summary, Papa Smurf was created by Gargamel for who knows what purpose. Papa couldn't figure out what that purpose is, so he tries to study it. Very similarly to the way Brainy Smurf is studying in the Lost Village, trying to find a purpose. Instead, goes through the process of cell division and splits off into another Smurf, I don't know which one, who takes a characteristic or a purpose from Papa, and Papa loses that in turn. I don't know why he didn't just stop there, or if he purposely kept going, and just creating hundreds of spawn of himself, until Smurfette gets there. And Smurfette has the same deal. She doesn't know what her purpose is. She doesn't know who she is or what trait she's supposed to possess, because she didn't come from anyone that had one. She was created out of clay and birthed by magic, we'll say. So she and Papa are exactly the same. I think that is how the Smurf legacy is going to continue. Because yes, at the end of the movie, they kind of find out what her purpose is, but really, she's not. She doesn't have one. So when Papa no longer can sustain himself, he's old, he can only split so many times before there's no qualities left. Smurfette then is going to kind of take over that role and spawn female Smurfs with all the characteristics. I don't know what the aging process or the life expectancy rate for a Smurf is. I don't know if once these female Smurfs are spawned from Smurfette, if they all grow older or not, or if the guys can get with the girls and reproduce naturally. I don't know. I haven't thought about it that far ahead. But that's my theory as far as the Smurfs are concerned, where they came from, how they came to be, and yeah, that's what I got for this morning. Okay, bye.